your favorite health program, You're in Your Health, aired on Equinoxe Radio Multimedia. For presentation, I am Immaculate Fogwe. As Cameroon observes World Breastfeeding Week, which begins from the 1st of August to the 7th of August, health experts sound the alarm on the country's low exclusive breastfeeding rates, citing the critical role it plays in preventing diseases, malnutrition, and also promoting healthy growth and development in infants. But before introducing our guest for today's program, let's welcome my co-host, Ese Lucilengo. It's always a pleasure to have you on the program.
It's always a pleasure, Immaculate Fogwe, and good afternoon to all our listeners and viewers out there.
Our guest for today is called Syvedzem, Godlove WEPNYU. He is a nutritionist at the Boppy Baptist Hospital. It's a pleasure to have you on the program today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure as well. And good afternoon to all listening to us.
Good afternoon.
Today we are talking about a delicate topic, something that many may have little knowledge about, but with your expertise, we are sure we'll be able to get all what the people need from you. Today, we are talking about breastfeeding. We want to know, what does exclusive breastfeeding for a period of 6 months really mean? And as a nutritionist who has been working with breastfeeding mothers, can you tell us, are the rates high or low in Cameroon?
Okay. Talking about exclusive breastfeeding, it is about breastfeeding a baby from birth only on the breast for the period of 6 months. That is what we call exclusive breastfeeding. And talking about the rate, for what I have experienced, there are some mothers that actually practice that optimally. There are some mothers that do not, for various challenges or reasons. But about the rate, in Cameroon as a whole, the rate is somehow low. Yeah. And even where I work, that is the hospital in Boppy, the rate is, we can say about 25% of those we work with, the clients we work with, they do exclusive breastfeeding.
How many times is a lactating mother expected to breastfeed her child a day, and what are the nutritional benefits of doing so?
Okay, we have every 2 hours, as stipulated by WHO. We have breastfeeding on demand. So that is to say, if a baby is breastfeeding well and a mother is considering breastfeeding well, at least we are talking about 8 times at least, because we also put into consideration the time the mother is supposed to sleep, that is to rest. So we are talking about every 2 hours from at least 8 times and breastfeeding on demand. Now, when this is done, number one, one thing that we are having as a guarantee, it is about optimal growth and development. But it is also good to know a mother can as well breastfeed for 6 months without adding anything, and the baby still appears to be malnourished. There is a possibility. This one now will go with quantities and the quality. So it works with optimal growth and development. It enhances bonding between mother and the baby. It prevents the baby from getting certain infections. Example, like we have ear infections, we have respiratory tract infections, we have digestive tract infections. And how is that done? When the baby is breastfeeding from birth, there is an upper hand on the immunity. The immunity is also guaranteed. That is what renders the child system strong and resistive to these infections.
All right, before we continue, Doctor, we'd like to give out the contacts for those who have questions on this edition of the program. 670-547049, 670-547049, or you can join us via 656-62-2222, 656-62-2222 at the end. And back to you, Doctor. Can the mother's diet affect the quality or the taste of breast milk?
Actually, that is yes. Now, mother's diet actually plays a bigger role in the quality, quantity, and everything that has to do. If a mother doesn't breastfeed, doesn't eat well while breastfeeding, the obvious thing that will happen is that the mother will produce milk, but the milk might not be in the right quality, because when we say breast milk contains everything, that is all the classes of food in its diversity. It is based on how the mother feeds. Let me talk about an example. A mother who doesn't hydrate well, that is a mother who doesn't drink enough water. The mother can as well have breast milk in quality, but this mother may have breast milk not in quantity. And so the baby will receive a smaller quality food which will end up not meeting the demands of that child. So in general, mothers feeding, when we work with mothers, we make sure that we don't keep that part aside, because it is what will guarantee the whole thing before we can actually boast of a baby growing well on breastfeeding.
How then can a mother understand or know that her child or baby is breastfeeding well or effectively? What are the signs?
Okay, a baby that is breastfeeding well, number one, that baby always have a bit of protruded abdomen. If you find out that your baby who is breastfeeding is having a flatter abdomen, that one is only to tell you that this baby doesn't feed well. If a baby is breastfeeding well, this baby can pass out urine on a regular basis, but may not pass out stool on a regular basis. Why? Because the child is well hydrated. The reason why stool may not be very regular, breast milk is one of the food that the baby digests close to 100%. So there are moments where a baby can actually breastfeed, digest all that breast milk, and maybe nothing is left for feces. But in that case, the baby will actually pass out urine. And also, if the baby do pass out urine regularly with a color yellow, that is to tell you that the baby is dehydrated. So that are some of the signs. And also, a baby that craves for food in an anxious way, like you see a baby is too anxious to eat, it is a sign that the baby never gets full when the baby eats. And also, a baby who is breastfeeding well may sleep a bit longer. That is within that 2 hours. If a baby feeds now, in the next 10 minutes to come, the baby want to eat again. In the next 5 minutes, the baby want to eat again. The simple explanation to that is the baby eats and the food can't keep the baby for up to 10 minutes. That is to explain that. But some mother gets it wrong by saying, no, my baby eats all the time. My baby eats well, sucks all the time, every minute, every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes. So if you see that, know that it is a sign that the baby is not actually breastfeeding well. And also, you as the mother, if you give birth today, in the next 5 days to come, your yellow milk concentrated need to start changing. That is fading from the concentrated yellow to a color which is cream white. If you don't observe that in 5 days to come, the baby is not sucking well. So there are actually a lot of things that we can actually put together to see that the baby, and there are also clinical signs that you will see on the baby to know that this baby is also not eating well.
You rightly said that diet matters a lot when it comes to breastfeeding mothers. Now, let's now focus on the diet of breastfeeding mothers. What should it comprise of? What should they eat in a day?
Okay. Breastfeeding mothers, number one, the first thing we want them to be hydrated. Now, formerly, people usually just say, drink enough of water, take enough of fluids. At some point, we want to ask, we want to limit, or we want to see to what length should they go. Normally, people always say we can take 3 liters of water, but as well, it's always recommended per weight. So it can actually be calculated. So a mother should work within the recommended quantity of fluid, which is that which will cause breast milk to flow in quantity. Then
we have a call on the line, Lucy.
Hello.
Good morning. Good Madam Glory.
Good afternoon. Sir, where you're calling? What's your name and where you're calling from?
I wanted to know the topic that the man is speaking about, the doctor is talking about.
All right, we are talking about breastfeeding.
Exclusive breastfeeding.
Exclusive breastfeeding, to be precise. And what's exclusive breastfeeding?
Its benefits.
Its benefits, and also how it can help, especially mothers.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think we have the topic on the screen.
Exactly, there's a screen.
No, the topic is not on the screen.
Okay. We are talking about exclusive breastfeeding and its benefits for mothers and equally for the children themselves. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're talking about the diet and how important diet is when it comes to exclusive breastfeeding.
So I was saying that the first thing to consider, we need to consider the fluid intake of that woman, because the body as well will need water, and so if the mother is breastfeeding, the mother need excess fluid to be able to do that. And coming back to the side of food, the mother needs to be on generally what we call balanced meal. That is to say, she obtain food that can supply all classes of food. And if that is done, that is actually a broad. When we say balanced diet, is actually broad. Yes, I'm just breaking a little to say it would comprise of all classes of food. Then now, when you have a breastfeeding mother in front of you,
We have another call on the line.
all right.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name and where you're calling from.
It's Pascal calling from Fumble.
Thank you. Your question.
Yeah, I want to ask doctor if there's anything that mother baby can take when breastfeeding a child and you affect the child.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay.
Exactly what we're talking
Thank
about.
you for your question,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir.
Okay, so I was talking about what the
Right.
mother eats, and so we always put it in a general form, like a mother should eat food that is balanced. Now, having a mother in front of me, I can better, after conversing, I can better not tell you more of what you can eat particularly, because there are some people who will not have the issue of maybe low breast milk flow, which means their diet is equal to what they need. Yes. Then getting back to, can I get straight to the question?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Feel
but
free.
I think, doctor, he was asking about what food or diet can a woman eat that can affect.
Okay.
It can affect her.
All right.
Yes.
On a general note, I will say yet for food, no. Food yet, no. But there are maybe other substances, there are other drugs that maybe a mother may take that may affect the baby, some like that. But about food, no. If it's just this food that we know, except it's something that is different. If it is food, a mother can actually.
Dana,
Go ahead, madam.
give to a premature baby can stop breast milk from flowing.
We didn't get you, please. Can you turn off your receiver, turn off your TV or radio before you ask your question?
That you squeeze breast milk and give the baby.
Then I come
I
again.
think she's trying to find out what can affect breast milk, which can also affect the baby. I think so. I think that's her question.
I'm hearing something about premature.
Yeah, me too. Premature
Especially
baby.
premature babies.
Maybe
Please,
she
when
could
you want to
rephrase.
call, make sure your receivers are turned off. Your TV or radio set. If not, we'll not be able to get your question. It's very important. Okay, we'll answer the first question that the man asked, and he was talking about the diet, I think. Is it
Yes.
something that can either can affect breast milk and the
Not,
baby?
not actually, but what you can eat can either affect positively your breast milk flow, or now let me talk about a mother that is not. When we say balanced meal, we means a mother is within the sphere of what should promote good breast milk flow and good digestion for the baby. Now, it is found also that mothers that eat a lot of dry, hard foods can cause something like constipation in children. Yes,
Okay.
that is primarily what food can actually affect. Or some things that mothers will eat can cause babies to either maybe go into more loose stool. Yes. So it is actually, when we talk about feeding for breastfeeding mothers, balance, we are actually correcting and balancing all those things in one.
Lucy,
You have another call on line. Hello.
Yes, madam, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, my name is Mr. Angetak Alexis from Douala.
Thank you. Your question.
Yes, please, I want to ask how many months mature Pekin need to make for bread before they move you and start to give you water.
You got the question? Okay, can go ahead.
Yes.
All right. A baby is supposed to be exclusively on breast milk up to 6 months before water and other food specifically can be
Okay,
introduced.
thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you
sir.
so much for participating.
All right. Then what about consuming, let's say, milk in the morning? Can it also help the breastfeeding mother for breast flow, like you were mentioning?
Okay, it can actually help in an indirect manner. The content of milk may not add significantly the quantity of breast milk,
You produce.
but since it is also fluid and since it's also a warm drink, warm drinks actually they play positively on the hormones of breast milk. But what I tell breastfeeding mother is that when you keep on taking a lot of milk, that might be helping you to gather weight for yourself, not for the baby. So if the purpose of why you are packing a lot of milk is for you to have much breast milk let down, I think you might be missing the point. It might do in an indirect way, in a minimal way.
Doctor, I have a question. Now, you talked about it's important for a child to be breastfed after 2 months, after 2 hours. Now, imagine a working class lady who goes to work at 8, Lucy, and you close at sometimes we close at 6:30, even 7 p.m. How do you expect us to breastfeed our child respecting those norms that you have given us?
Okay. A baby, whether whatever condition is at hand, a baby needs to feed within 2 hours. And so, the solution, this has actually been a problem, a challenge. So in addressing working class women, the strategy that is in place for them is that they can extract their breast milk and keep. Breast milk can actually be extracted, preserved, and used later. Like, let me talk about the storage. If breast milk has been tapped out, provided the conditions were hygienic, it can be stored in room temperature, airtight, for about 4-6 hours. It can be stored in a refrigerator for about 3 to 4 days. It can be stored in the deep freezer for about 3 to 6 months. So mothers that they are working, how we do work with them, we always invite them maybe after a week when they have delivered, they come and we do a breastfeeding plan on how they can do that, so that while they are at home, they have enough milk at home.
All right, Doctor, one last question. I wanted to emphasize for mothers who do not breastfeed their children because they think that their breast is going to suck. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, this is an interesting one. We have always had this. But it is also a misconception. That is to say that breast normally, it will suck with time. Yes, as the mother breastfeeds, even if you breastfeed or not. But if the reason for why you have not breastfed is because your breast will suck, no. Breastfeeding also, it is a method of weight loss for a mother. So when you are actually breastfeeding and follow the right norms, feeding well, being active, after breastfeeding you will regain back your shape, not your breast left aside. So it will actually regain back in normal size. Then if you allow yourself anyhow, either you are increasing in weight day by day as well, it might have some impact of your breast, but it doesn't cause breast to suck, but it will suck with time and age.
And what you have noticed that as you're getting old, it's normal for your breast to suck.
Exactly.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much, Dr. Syvedzem Godlove WEPNYU. He is a nutritionist at the Mbopi Baptist Hospital. Big thanks to you too, Lucy, for being part of the program.
It's always a pleasure.
And we equally thank all our technicians, Luis Pego and Jonathan Biabula, who are currently at the audio console. We thank you all for always stick to more programs on Equinoxe Television and, of course, radio. Have a lovely day in the company of interesting programs.
Bye.